Hi, guys. Welcome back to Real Love, Real Life podcast. I'm your host, Jasmine.
And I'm Ernesto.
We have a special guest today, and we're talking about something that a lot of people don't feel comfortable talking about. At least I don't. I don't like this conversation.
But it has to be done.
Yes, it has to get done. And we're talking about money, but don't scroll yet. Like, it'll be fun. You're going to have a good time, and it's going to be really educational. So I'm going to hand you over to Kyle. Say hi, Kyle. Introduce yourself.
Nice to meet you guys. Kyle Foyle here.
Okay, so we met him last week. We've been meeting so many good people here in Arizona. But we met him at the, what is it called again? Foodie Land. And he was just doing his thing, interviewing people. He is a financial broker. Is that right?
Yeah, life insurance broker, yeah.
Okay, financial broker. To be honest, I don't really know what that is, but right now he'll explain it to us.
I gotcha.
And he interviewed Ernesto, asked him some questions and all of that. And I thought, or Ernesto thought, it was a really good idea to bring him on because he's like, I think this is something really important to like get to people. Yep. Hey, these are conversations you need to start having as an adult.
Yep.
And until I started watching his videos recently, like I didn't really know like about life insurance.
Yeah, it's something, especially if you grow up, I feel like the minorities, you're just taught to just work hard and save your money, but everybody knows in this world now that does not
at least in a Hispanic household, you don't get raised like with somebody telling you, hey, go get life insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, we throw a car wash.
We're barely getting by. Like
you throw a car wash at a Phillies Berthos. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just we're not prepared for
we don't.
The only thing that's promised in life, which is death, unfortunately. So
yes. So Kyle, tell us first of all, like what is this? Basically explain it to us in like regular people terms.
Yeah, for sure. So just like life insurance in general.
Yeah, or like broker, all of that.
So basically, as a life insurance broker, you are partnering with over, let's just say like 10 companies like National Life Group, Foresters Financial. A lot of people know like Mutual of Omaha or Aflac, like Duck, you know what I mean?
Aflac.
But the thing is like, let's just say you go to like a State Farm, like Jake with the khakis, right? They can only offer one insurance, which is their insurance.
Yeah.
But if you go with a broker, it's kind of like going to the buffet or going shopping on Amazon. You know, you got all these options, see which ones best fit you and your family's needs. So that's when a broker comes in and they could pick and shop for you like the best option for you and your family. Instead of just being like, we only have this one. Yeah. It's not that good of a fit for you. We're going to send you to somebody else.
Yeah.
You're like a one-stop shop for life insurance. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. It's like, kind of car insurance is like the state minimum is 15 to 25. It's like that's all we offer. Is like, well, I need the 50 to 75.
Yeah.
Because my car's worth 80, so it's like, so that makes sense.
Because, and just one thing too, is because there's different people with different health concerns too, like diabetes or you know, stuff like that. There's a lot of companies that are out there that, like, you know, let's just say State Farm, for instance, like, let's just say you can't get approved because you have diabetes.
Yeah.
But if you go with a broker, they could, you know, search some options for you.
Yeah,
and then they could find a policy that accepts diabetics.
Because they're pretty thorough, right?
Yeah.
I don't know too much about it, but yeah, they're not going to give you
that life insurance that they know that. Like,
because some people are too risky.
Yeah. So, okay.
Kind of like John Q, like how his son.
Exactly.
How the son, John like Q. It just went undetected, and then when he needs help, they're just like, no insurance.
Yeah. Literally told him, like, you don't have the right insurance.
Yeah, or the right. Yeah, that's the key, guys. The right insurance. And everybody's different. So that's when that comes in. The brokerage comes in handy.
That makes sense. So how did you even like get into this field? Like, were you always like the money man?
No. I worked in the restaurant industry growing up.
Okay.
So a little bit about my story. I just talk about myself for a second. Right?
Go ahead.
But so I grew up in a single mom household. It was me, my sister, my mom. I always joke around and say like my dad is still going to get the milk. You know what I mean?
Wow. Same.
Yeah. But so, you know, EBT and government assistance food stamps was like all us. And so I was a busser, server, food runner, host, dishwasher. I worked at Boston Market, Lolo's Chicken and Waffles as a dishwasher. Love that place. And then fine dining restaurant. And I stayed there for about 5 years. But, you know, like when you're at a job for so long, you feel like there's something more to do in life and you get stuck in a routine.
Yeah.
I was comfortable but uncomfortable. And then I got laid off during COVID of 2020 in March.
Oh.
And so the restaurant shut down. I was like, how am I going to pay for bills, provide for my wife? And I was starting DoorDash and Uber Eats for about 6 months. And then I guess one of my friends got started straight out of high school, and he was hitting up my wife on Facebook. Not like that, you know what I mean? But he was just like, hey, like, are you keeping your options open? Come check us out. And she was like, every excuse in the book. She's like, I'm too busy. I like where I'm at, right?
Dang.
But then she knew I was looking, and then she gave him my phone number, and I sat down with the broker, and I learned more about it. I was like, well, similar to what you guys were talking about earlier, they don't teach us this in school. You know, like my wife's dad, he's Hispanic. My wife is from Sinaloa. And he was just like, well, why would I want life insurance? Because if something were to happen to me, it goes to the Sancha. You know what I mean? To like the side piece. But so I get started. It made sense to me. And then we started it off part-time. Eventually we made more income in that opportunity than we did at any other job. It just made sense for us to go full-time and start helping people full-time. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's really, so this is like fairly new. Like you didn't grow up like,
no.
I thought, I don't know why, I was like, he's going to come in here telling us that like his mom was like some big, like, I don't know, person at a bank or something.
They kind of just guide you in life. Like, hey, this is the route you're going.
Yeah.
We're going to pay for your school or something.
That's very interesting. Okay. So tell us, what is the one money mistake you made early on that you had to learn from the hard way?
Dang. I would say spending it on materialistic things.
Okay.
Like high brand things, and not really like saving. I never saved or like credit, you know what I mean? Like I didn't understand how important credit was until I got into the financial services industry. I was like, all right, I got to fix up a few things. Yeah. And thankfully it's allowed for my credit to get better.
We just recorded an episode where we talked about credit. Same, coming from a Hispanic household, I didn't know what a credit score was until I was like 23 years old. One time we were like hanging out after dinner with my sister, and she was like, "What's your credit score?" I was like, "My what?"
What was yours? And you're like, "I think it's good."
It was 400 and something. She put my information in it, 400 something, and I was like, "Dang!" I was like, I thought it was a high number, 400.
Yeah.
And she's like, girl, like, you're doomed. What are you doing? And nobody had told us anything. Like, nobody. So, like, she has her own home, but she won a lawsuit. So she bought it cash in 2008. It cost her $50,000. And, like, I'm basically the first person in my entire family to, like, have a mortgage to actually like get a house. So
congrats,
thank you. And it took me like 2 years to repair the damage that I had done when I was like 18. I took out a stupid credit card at La Curacao at Desert Sky Mall. And that doomed me. I was in the 400s. I don't know how long. And then finally in 2021, before that, I got a secure credit card, fixed up some things, and then we were able to get a house. But it was like all of that was just so new.
Yeah.
Nobody ever tells us anything about credit. Hey, invest, buy a house. Never.
No.
Grew up watching our entire family renting.
Learn a new skill too.
Yeah. So I feel like too, like, kind of like yes, you still have like your construction job, but you do things like outside of it. I think when you go outside of like those types of jobs, like you're crazy.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm the first like person to have kind of like my own business, like my social media stuff. I'm pretty sure in the beginning, like they were probably like laughing, like, what is this girl doing? Like, it's a joke. She actually thinks that like it could be a job because we're raised to just be like, go clock in, do the bare minimum. And, you come back home tired, make dinner and go to bed and then do it all again the next day.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah.
And like same, I grew up in Section 8 homes. My mom was a single mom of 5, EBT, all of that. Like, I don't blame her, but then I'm like, like it's hard. It's hard. You kind of almost question like, what the heck? Like, there's so many things that like I had to be taught like when I was little that could have just made my life like so much easier.
Yeah.
But we're here now and whatevs.
And yeah. I will say too, is like there's nothing wrong with school, right? But it's a great system to make you work for somebody for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
They teach you how to be a good employee instead of a good boss or a good entrepreneur, right? Exactly. And one of my mentors told me this is just like, your job will pay you as little as possible to keep you there. And you'll do as little as possible to stay there or to make sure that your job security is there, right? But at the end of the day, it's not enough.
Yeah. No.
That's the sucky part too, especially if you're not pushed to like just keep elevating yourself. Just like perfect example, me and my dad and my grandpa, probably to my great grandpa's, like we've always been kind of blue collar workers. Yeah. So my dad worked for SRP for 33 years, great job, retirement, yada yada yada. But the moment I try to step out of like my work, my trade, my parents would literally show up to our house like every day, like
they think something's wrong.
Like
they think he's going through like a midlife crisis or something.
Or like we're just gonna lose everything. And it's like, if we got to this point without you teaching us financial literacy, no offense, but like like we're in uncharted territory, navigating ourselves thanks to the grace of God. So it's like, to a certain degree, you can't really like guide us anymore, you know? And like they would literally show up and see if we're okay, which is good, you know. Because statistically, if you have a 2-parent household, you know you're gonna succeed more statistically speaking. So, which is good, you know. I turned out from the trade, so I have that skill, like that skill in my back pocket. I can leave the union, come back to good money, and but it's like you said, and that's why they made the school system. John D. Rockefeller made it to make employees a nation of workers, not a nation of thinkers.
Exactly, yeah.
And if you don't, like you said, you're like, you don't feel like right in your workplace. You're like, I was meant for more. It's like, we're all kind of like open range cattle, but eventually like you get to the fence and then you're like, wait, well, what's on the other side?
Yeah.
But our parents are like, no, just stay within the compound and you got nice pasture and just stay here for your whole life. And it's like, what if I was meant to be over there?
So perfect example, when I first like blew up like on TikTok and I started like making money, my mom was so concerned because she was like, you're gonna lose your food stamps, you're gonna lose your access. And I'm like, Mom, I just made $100,000. You're worried about the $600 that like I get in food stamps, like but we're raised like that. Like, you know, and that's why people don't want to get off of it. Yeah. They're just like, they're so comfortable on it. Yeah. And they're like, a lot of people were raised like that too, unfortunately. And that's what they know. And they're like, well, if I actually go out and get a job, I'm going to lose my food stamps. Like, it's crazy.
It's
like
insane to
think
about.
I was like, did my mom really just say that? But yeah, I mean.
Yeah, and I feel like that's, one time at work, my buddy said the perfect word. He's like, it's a lot of the minority mentality just to stay within the confines of that job or trade. And it's like, the reason that we're able to sit here is because hopefully you meet him one day. He's a great guy. He's like a mentor to us. Yeah. Tyler's the guy that owns all this. He came from, like, wasn't he an orphan? I think he was an orphan, right?
Or yeah, well, like Section 8, stuff like that.
He came from like the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. And then looking out, now he's able to bless others, give others opportunity, a platform, especially people that come from, you know, backgrounds that are similar. So it's like, if you're not the rich dad or rich mom, you have to become that.
Exactly.
And it's tough, but we have to do it. And this is a perfect example to show people that you got to network. Yeah. And if you're on the right path and the right frequency, you meet like-minded people.
Yeah.
And this is a living example of that.
Yeah. And going back to school too, it's like you see all these people getting to debt, like $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 in school debt, and then they get that degree. And then I don't think a lot of people think about, like, what if I don't get the job I went to school for? Yeah. Now I'm in debt. Now I'm working at a $17 an hour job. And it's like, going back to networking, it's just like, you have to get to know people even in school, because that's the type of people that can get you the job that you want, or the opportunity that you might be looking for. So
that whole like school, my sister's gonna be like, why am I bringing her up so much? But I just feel like, I don't know. So right now that you said school, I had to go back to her post. She posted something and it really like, I don't know, I felt some type of way. So she went to ASU. I know that whatever it is that she studied for, like, cost her a lot of money, still in debt for it. So she made a post and said, 10 years ago today, I graduated from ASU with a bachelor's in journalism. I was 22, ambitious, and full of ideas about what my life would look like by now. Spoiler, it doesn't look like that. As a first generation college grad, I was raised to believe that a degree was a holy grail for success. That as long as I went to school, my life would be somehow figured out for me, but it wasn't. Over the years, I've caught myself comparing my path to fellow graduates, watching them hit milestones I thought I'd reach to. It's easy to feel behind when you measure your journey against someone else's timeline. And she goes on, like, says, like, it's a lot longer than that, but I feel like so bad because I'm like, not like encouraging you guys not to go to school, but I feel like too, like we were raised like, vayan a la escuela, go to school. That's all you have to do is go to school, go to college, go to like especially her. She was always a straight A student. And my mom would push her so hard to just go to school. So immediately, like after high school, she went to college and then she went to ASU. And I almost feel like she kind of rushed herself into things. And now 10 years later, she's still struggling to find like her way. And she's like all this like school and debt and she still hasn't found like, her calling. And I'm like, that sucks. Like I'm a ninth grade dropout and I had a kid at 14. And I'm like, Jesus, like everything that I had to go through, like I'd go through it again to be where I am today because I'm doing what I was called to do. I love like social media, anything. Like I will literally record myself doing anything. Cooking, a skit, I'm at the store. That's where my content's all over the place because I just love to record. Someday I'll be crashing out in my car and the next day I'll be crying the next day. Like, and that's what people love to see, but I'm doing what I love. And then I also do like, the affiliate marketing. I love to do that too. I never knew I was so salesy. But I guess I do it like in a good way, like I have a problem and then a solution, stuff like stuff that I actually use. I don't just sell like junk. But yeah, same like the school thing. Of course, I want my kids to go to school. Like I want them to do something, but I don't want them to think that like just because they have a piece of paper, like they made it,
Yeah.
It's a paper. It's just that paper don't mean nothing sometimes.
And then if you're unhappy.
Journalism, I was actually seeing a video. I think it's like top 5 least paid things, right? Or I could be wrong. Something like that. Was
journalism on there?
I got to rewatch that video, but I was just looking at it. I'm just like, some of the degrees that people get, you're just like, well, what does that even have to do with anything?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of just like a snake oil salesman. They just sell you this false dream.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, like 10 years later, you're just like, I'm pretty sure, because I could use myself, for example, like I'm going to say half of my 20s, I would just dwell on my past when I used to just like be gangbanging, used to be in the streets, all that. And I could never get over the hump because I was like, I'm not going to amount to nothing because I wasted so much of my life. So it's like, using that kind of analogy, like all the years she went to school, debt, like I'm pretty sure she still dwells on that.
Yeah.
And it's like, hopefully she does find her calling eventually, because you're not gonna be fulfilled if you're not doing what you love,
Yeah.
So it's like, man, I bet that's tough.
Yeah.
And it's not to put her on blast, but
no, I really felt it.
But it's good for
so
people that's why people love you, because you're transparent. So it's like,
yeah, people love the authenticity to things, especially in today's world.
Yeah. We
It's
need
tough.
that. So back to like you, okay? Be honest. Do you ever judge people based on how they spend their money?
I'm a man of God, right? So I try not to judge because I'm an imperfect man myself, right? But I do have opinions, yeah.
Okay.
Because I always think like, but I was there at one point in time too. So, I can't really judge, but I can at least guide people in the right direction or be like, hey, this is what I did too, but this is also what I found out later. So, and then they could choose to listen to it or not. But yeah, I'll have time to be like,
okay.
you bought that?
Yeah.
You're like,
you
damn.
could have put this into something else. You maybe start like Airbnb or something.
Yeah.
My mind is always going like that now. Yeah, reinvest.
Okay, what is the wildest financial situation a client has ever come to you with?
I can give you a client story.
Okay, let's hear
regarding life insurance. So, what happened is that she told me this in confidence, so I can use her name, right? But her name is Abby, right? And she got a life insurance policy when she was 18 years old, and her mom told her to cancel it. Her boyfriend at the time told her to cancel it. Like her and that boyfriend are not together, right? Dang. But she was only paying like $14 a month for it, and I believe it was like $100,000 in coverage, like nothing crazy. But at 23 years old, she got diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. Super young, didn't expect it. We feel so invincible as we're young, right? Yeah. But she still had that life insurance policy. She never canceled it. Oh, so what happened is that she advanced her death benefit $86,000. Through that, she was able to pay off all of her like leukemia treatments. Like they had to put a bed in the shower because she got so tired through all the treatments. And she couldn't even stand. Like that's how exhausted her body was. What? It's insane. And so she was able to walk out of the hospital cancer free. Yeah. She didn't owe any medical debt. She paid off her car and bought a new one, right? She gave her parents $15,000. And then I guess her dad's dream was like to do a helicopter ride over the Grand Canyon. Damn. And then she was able to take him on that ride because she had that money. And then she gave her roommate $5,000. Imagine your roommate gives you $5,000.
Yeah.
I was like, could I have been your roommate at that time? Like,
you're gonna give me $5,000.
I sleep on the couch.
Yeah. But what's crazy is at the end of it, she was just like, man, I wish I would have put like a down payment on a house, but I was just so focused on dying, I wanted to live. And I was like, granted, like, you had to do what you wanted to do. Like not a lot of people have the opportunity, but through living benefits with life insurance, you're able to use it while you're alive.
I was about to cut you off and ask you that. So you can use it when you're alive?
Yeah. It's called life insurance for a reason, not death insurance.
Yeah. I guess that's the life hack that all the rich people use, huh?
Yeah, that's a different concept too. There's 2 different ways you can use it while you're alive, but that's one way.
Why don't we have life insurance?
Because we're dumb.
What?
Because it's not taught. It's not taught. It will not be taught in school.
This stuff like annoys me so much. Like that we don't learn credit, like this stuff. We're getting life insurance.
Yeah, I mean, look at our family. We have both of our families that have problems with kidneys. Like my mom, 2 kidney transplants. Countless of her family have died from kidney problems. Yeah. So genetically, man,
if you're watching this, wait, do you only do like locally, or like if people are watching us from anywhere, can they like?
No, I'm licensed in over 10 states. So that's what's beautiful about this business. It's so lucrative that you can help people all across the world.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're gonna have to put like all like your socials and stuff down there, so people can follow you.
No, all over.
All over.
That's so good. We're gonna get life insurance for real. Okay, so more like relatable questions. Do you think money really changes relationships, or it just exposes like who people really are?
The more money you make, it emphasizes the person that you are. So if you like giving back to people and you don't, like, take Mr. Beast as an example. He just likes helping people. The more money he got, the more he did it. But when you don't have a lot of money, you get desperate, and desperate people do desperate things.
Yep.
So money can definitely impact a relationship, a marriage. That's the number one reason for divorce, is because of finances.
Literally. That's sad, huh?
So you're already married, you said, right?
Yeah.
Would you like
marry
for the people?
Again?
No.
Yes, I would marry her again.
Would you date someone with debt, like serious debt?
I would have to have a conversation first.
Conversations would have to be had.
Yeah, before we agree to like a relationship or stuff, because I mean, you could jump into it, but if you're just going to be paying off her debt like by yourself and she has the same habits, like That's the most important thing. Is like, are you going to change your habits or are you going to be the same? Because if you're going to be the same, I can't support those habits. And people are on two different standards.
Yeah. It's like, if they made a mistake, that's one thing. But if they're just going to continue on that path, it's like, all right.
Yeah. If you don't learn, then
you're not taking me down
yourself
with
insane.
you.
Yeah. So, depends.
Okay, depends. Depending on the conversation, okay, if they're ready to change. Do you think couples, this is a good one. Do you think couples should combine finances or keep things separate?
I think they should combine finances, but they should also have their separate accounts.
Like, which one, like, what would you say is like, would be combined and then like separate? Can you like explain?
Yeah, I would say, they could have it for different areas, like investments, maybe like bills and stuff like that. Of course, have it in one account, and that one account just pays for all the bills, necessities, stuff like that.
Okay.
But I do feel like each partner should have the liberty to be able to spend what they want to spend on and stuff like that. There's that trust, of course. So I think there should be an account together, but then they also should have separate accounts.
That
smart. Makes sense. Yeah.
Like 3 to 4, one for investment, one for bills, and then 2 personals. That'd be ideal.
Yeah, that could
It'll
be
be kind of a lot.
Yeah, a lot to manage.
If you can manage that, I think that would be really good.
Yeah. So if someone's starting from zero, no savings, no investments, like where do you think they should even start? Like if it's 18-year-old is watching this right now.
I think the lottery's still at 1 billion. No, just don't.
Bonus though.
I mean, you could pay. It pays to play, right? But starting from 18, I would say definitely start getting your credit, right? Start building up that credit as soon as possible, and start surrounding yourself with people that you want their lifestyles.
Yes,
because you're the top 5 of who you surround yourself with. So you naturally become a product. Like if you hang around 5 people that drink, smoke, party, you might be thinking to yourself like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. Eventually you will. I promise you will. And so what I would recommend is at 18, start being intentional and start looking for groups of people that you could network with, whether it be real estate, whether it be insurance, whether it be Airbnb, stuff like that. Figure out what you want to do. Create a business plan at 18. I know it sounds crazy for an 18-year-old,
you should.
But I'm telling you, create a business plan, be clear on what you want to do, find the people that you want to learn from, start building up that credit. And I think what a lot of people should do, especially at like 14, 15 years old, is get a job.
Yeah.
Because that teaches you work ethic. In today's world, ever since COVID, people just want to work from home.
Yeah.
Not get outside.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable, and conformity kills.
Yeah.
So that's what I would suggest.
It's a slow killer. And then we were just talking about the other day because like it's like a double-edged sword since we were like I said, I was in the streets a lot. She was, did her shenanigans. So now like we get comfortable in our home and that, but like that, then she misses events. Like, and it's like, you never know who you're gonna meet in Los Angeles at a TikTok event. Like, that could be the opportunity that you're over here crying for, or like crying out to the world, like, man, I'm frustrated where I'm at. Well, maybe if, like, just how we went to Foodie Land. We would have never met you. We would never be here. Because earlier this week, like, damn, what are we gonna talk about this Friday? And I was like, hey, homie reached out. I was like, boom, we got a perfect conversation. Networking. Financial literacy, and it's like, man, don't be comfortable, guys. Step outside your comfort zone, and you'll see your world transform.
These past couple of days, right? Like I had been in a weird funk, and I didn't RSVP for 2 really important TikTok events in LA just because I was I don't know, just feeling my feels. I was in a funk. And then once the events passed, or the day of the events, I came to him and I was like, I'm so upset with myself. I didn't RSVP and now I'm regretting it. This and that, all because I was I'm comfortable at home and I'm allowed to be at home and I'm an adult and nobody has to take me outside if I don't want to. And then I was regretting it. And it's dude, I should have just put my big girl pants on, went to the event. I would have came back so refreshed, so much knowledge. You network with so many other amazing creators, stuff like that. And bottom line is I regretted it because I got comfortable and lazy. and I'm still regretting it right now. Stop being comfortable and lazy.
Jump on that plane.
Yeah. Where was I? Okay, so what is one piece of financial advice you wish everyone in their 20s or early 30s knew?
The one piece of financial advice, and oh man, I would say it's not necessarily like regarding money directly, but it's the relationships that you have, the people that you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
I would say that's the most important thing. I know people are probably looking for like put my money here, put my money there, but it's the people you surround yourself with. I promise you that's one of the most important things, because the money will follow.
Exactly.
Money's attracted to people.
Yeah.
And if you surround yourself with the right people, it will be attracted to you.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy, man. You surround yourself with the right people, the right opportunities, and always try to find people smarter than you more. If you're the smartest one in the group, you need a new group.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with being humble and all that, but no, you got one life. You need to take advantage. Mm-hmm. If your homie from the neighborhood's upset because you're advancing, it's like, hey, man, I know where I'm going. And it's kind of like the crab effect. You try to get out the pot, and they're like, down. Get back over here.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are trying to leave the neighborhood?
We've had those conversations before, like how, I'm not friends with two like women that used to be my friends, because once I started climbing up the ladder, it was like, oh, it's because now you have any chance they would get these little jokes, like, oh, it's because now you have all these little followers, so now you don't want to come to
it's always a
brunch. It's always I would always sound like these little jabs, oh, these little followers that you have, or oh, ever since you got followers, or you're making money and this and that, and it's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be around you guys.
No, I mean, because you're growing. You're going up. You know what I mean? And it's crazy how some of your friends can be hating on you like that, but honestly, they should just be pushing you up alongside with you. But
it's like, man, the blessings around the blessings down the street. You be like, hey, man, it's getting close to me. Instead of like, man, why? Quit comparing yourself. And that's the thing that, she's breaking generational curses. She's changing our family's trajectory. Wouldn't somebody, people, when she would post, I'm going to New York, yada, 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 everybody's coming out the woodworks, take me. And it's like, well, we don't really have friends, so she takes me. And it's like,
he's like, hell yeah.
If you were just to I was telling her, because one of her things, she sells fajas or body wear. And it's like, even if you made a joke, because she would be saying, oh, Ernesto's my faja man. And it's you could just make a joke and be like, I could do that. And you'd be like, well, come help me.
Yeah.
That could get you on a flight to California, to New York, Miami.
But people don't want to help.
They don't want to help facilitate anything. It's you don't even have to be, just be around you, quote, not like a ball boy or something, and I'm not saying specifically just like a metaphor, but it's if you're just, if I'm Curry shooting threes and you're just throwing me some dimes, that's worth a lot right there. And it's people don't want to help her or nothing, but when it's time to, travel and all that, then they want to come out. It's if you just came and even helped around the house with the kids, you know how much we could help you and uplift you, but people just, they don't want to grind. They don't want to help. They don't want to help facilitate.
Oh.
It's only when they need. It's just the as I need you people. Unless they need something, they're not reaching out. Jasmine, how are you? I know that your job can be so draining. It is. Sometimes I am burnt the fuck out, so bad.
Yeah.
And nobody checks up on me other, than him. I live with him, but nobody checks up on me. And, and it's instead of judging me or hating on me, whatever, ask me so I can put you on.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll teach you. But again, people just they just like to watch and judge.
A family member, I'm not going to say who, how much were you paying her? $20 an hour? To just check her emails.
Yeah.
And then it's they get complacent doing that. At first, they're responding and this and that. But then it just becomes a generic response back. Dude,
automated.
What if a big brand finally reached out and that's her breakaway opportunity, and you're just so complacent and lazy that you're just copy and paste and And it's like, they can't even do that.
And it's that, like, I've gone through 3 assistants. Yeah. I've gone through 3
Literally.
like personal assistants, like people that I'm literally paying you, like, check my emails, respond to like, get rid of the spam, lock in like these brand deals, things like that. But people just start seeing, like, they're so lazy that then it just starts like automated messages. And then when I go in to finally like go through, see what's going on, like, it's just like, you literally sent the same like, these people weren't even asking that question, and you just like spammed them with like the same email reply to like
just copy and paste.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm not paying for that, because I could have done that. I could have stayed up an hour later at night and I could have sent out 30,000 emails like that, like copy and paste.
Yeah.
So again, I just feel like you said too, people are lazy. They're not getting out. People just want everything now, AI from home, all this. Like, we need to bring back reality.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. And I mean, you're paying that assistant more than minimum wage. So minimum wage in Arizona is like what, 15?
Yeah.
Something like
15.
that.
So I mean, she was getting paid more than the average person here in Arizona, but that's short-term thinking against long-term thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, we need more long-term thinkers.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay. Well, before we wrap it up, is there any message, anything you want? Oh, my son. Any message you want to send to anybody just about anything?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, in today's world, we need a lot more leaders. We need a lot more people stepping up. And like we were talking about earlier, it's just like, we need a lot of people, ambitious people, intentional people, to get out there, start a business, become entrepreneurs, because you guys see in today's world, like, having one job is not enough.
No, it's not.
It's not enough. And most people are working 2 jobs, but if you get a little uncomfortable, or if you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, I promise you could change your life for the rest of your life. But you got to take that risk. Every single day you take a risk by walking outside, driving a car. What if you were to do that with your own business and eventually become successful? Like, you can do that. You just got to believe it first. Like, I'm a believer of God, right? I believe each of us have a vision that he implanted in us individually. And if you pursue that and you're intentional and you know that, you praise God, I think it will work out for you. And, I would just never want to have that moment with my kid. I don't have any kids yet, but eventually when I do with my wife, I don't want my kid, as I'm raising them, to be like, I tell them to pursue their dreams, but I never pursued mine in the first place. So how am I supposed to tell them to pursue their dreams when I didn't do it in the first place?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you always have to be the example. You always have to be the leader in the family. So you're going to fail a lot. Yeah. But what if that one time you win? And then boom, you change not only your life, but generations to come.
Yeah.
So just take that risk, guys. You might have something to lose, but if you don't, you might have even more to lose. Yeah. Yeah.
Never know. All right, you guys, anything you want to say?
I would just capitalize on that. We got one life to live, and first seek his kingdom, and the rest will come. The knowledge, the wisdom, just like King Solomon. He didn't ask for the riches. He didn't ask for the wealth. He wanted wisdom, and what came with that? The riches, the kingdom, built the first temple for God, and but also, you can have wisdom, but the flesh is always going to fail, guys. We make mistakes, and like he said, if you're telling your kids to shoot for the stars, but you're just mediocre, it's like, come on, they're going to strive for mediocrity as well, so we didn't come from rich parents, so we had to become the rich parents, not just materialistically, but, mental, everything. We got to be well-rounded. You got to be strong like a lion, but screwed like a fox. So, network, guys, get outside of your comfort zone. And, and if you're not a believer, this doesn't have to be a sermon, but ask the universe, what is my intention? What is my purpose for this life? And I tell you that it will come to you. If you truly want to change your frequency, your reality will start to bend to what you truly want. Yeah. And you know, I hope everybody truly finds their purpose, because you want to live a life worth living, you know? You don't just want to just be like cattle, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I know life is hard, guys, but we just got to work every day hard, be optimistic, and just show up and make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you for joining us, and send it to someone, because we all know someone that needs it. And get life insurance, okay? We're going to do that.
Facts.
All right.
Later, guys.
See you guys
Peace.
next week. Bye.